after being away from the water for a month or so, I'm back here again, just on daybreak, and really looking forward to getting a line in the water. Today I'll be fishing for whiting, and I'll be trying with worms, beach worms. Not much swell, so it's going to be tough. Day after full moon and low tide. But anyway, I'm here, and that's the main thing. So before it gets light, I'm just going to try a whole pilchard on some gang hooks. There might be a tailor or salmon out there that I can catch as a little bonus to get my hand back into it. There we go, just a whole pilchard on 3 4/0 gang hooks. Alright, I'm using a about 3-ounce sinker to cast out. It's fairly flat coming out here, so I'll just wander out a little bit, see if I can get some deeper water. There's a slight breeze coming from the back of me. I expect that'll pick up as the morning progresses. So it's the day after full moon, usually not a bad day actually. So let's see, the moon up there hasn't set yet, but not far off it. With my second rod, or second line, I'm using a beach worm. I got a few yesterday afternoon, so they're still alive. This will be cast in fairly close, just in under the white water. If there's going to be any whiting around, even though there's not much swell, there might be a couple in here still. They'll be in fairly close. I'm just using just a small sinker, just because I don't need to cast out very far. I'll take that tag off and we'll be away. It's breaking day, red sky. In the morning, sailor's warning. Let's see if that comes to fruition. Just had a bite on the worm. It just drifted off the sandbar, going into slightly deeper water. No, it's not come back. It might have taken the bait. There we go, bait's been taken. Grab that worm. Get another one on. Okay, nice fresh beach worm. Alright, second beach worm out. Let's get it cast out, not too far. So the moon's just going over the hill. It'll set in probably about half an hour's time. Well, my pilchard was untouched first cast, so let's get it back out again. Oh, that water's warm. Feels like it's about 20 degrees. My worm bait. I don't think it's getting touched at this stage. A higher tide would have been better. However, it's not the case. It's strange, my line has gone off to the left this time, whereas with last cast it went to the right. Must be just on the edge of this sandbar where it's pushing both ways. Just depending on where you cast. If you cast this side, it'll go that way. If you cast that side, it'll go the other way. Either that, or a fish has taken it. Or it's more likely to be a stingray today with the flat seas. There could be something on there, it's a bit heavier. My bet is a whiting. Oh, it's a good whiting. It's probably taken off when I wasn't looking. That is a nice whiting. Whoa! There we go, it's a solid whiting. It's 33 centimetres. That's a good start. Alright, let's get another worm on, see if I can catch another whiting. So I've just cast out again just under that white water. It's coming back into a little bit deeper water. Not much stirred up water here because the swell's so small. But that's probably a good thing because it may concentrate the fish into a small area. The gulls are out on the move, gliding into the slight breeze that is blowing this morning. When I say slight, I mean it's about 1 kilometre an hour at the moment. The tide, the low tide this morning was very, very low, and it's going to rise to almost a king tide, so it'll be coming in fairly quickly. I'm going to have to keep moving my gear up the beach as it rises. As you can see, the sun is just rising, so it'll be almost moonset, since full moon was yesterday. Hasn't been much action on the full pilchard. I might have to go back to half a pilchard. Sometimes I'll take half a pilchard when they won't take a full one. I'm thinking I'll go back to half a pilchard. Alright, I'll go to half a pilchard, just on a single hook. Half each around the nose, and see if that makes a difference. The predictions for today are that it's going to be very hot, around the mid 30s to high 30s degrees. I can feel the warm air starting to kick in already, which is not my most ideal time for fishing, as the air is normally loaded with positive ions, which in fact is a negative when it comes to fishing. But I'm here, I'm enjoying being here. If I catch a fish or two, it'll be a bonus. Let's just have a look at the barometric pressure. It is 1005.8, so 1006 hectopascals or millibars. Well, I did no good with the pilchard, so I'm going to resort to some peeled prawns. They're only small prawns I caught recently. Anyway, we'll try these, see how they go. Oh, I think I've got a stingray. Swallowed my hook. It's been pretty quiet. I've got the southerly has come through, which is a change. It's much cooler. I've been watching that bank of cloud all morning. I thought, oh, it looks like a change coming through, but I didn't know there was one predicted. Or maybe there wasn't. The Bureau of Meteorology in Australia has just changed their website at almost $100 million. Now you can't find a damn thing on it. Before you'd have 1 or 2 clicks to find what you wanted, whether it was tides, synoptic charts or whatever, and now most people are having much difficulty trying to find it, even trying to find the radar, which is pretty crucial. If there's a storm coming through, you want to know, and you want to know where it is. Anyway, hope they iron out their faults. Since it was so quiet at the last beach, I've decided to move beaches. I've moved to an adjacent beach, which is a kilometre or so from the other one. It's more exposed to the swell, so there's a bit more swell coming through here, as you can see. So I'm hoping for a few more fish. One more would be nice, but yeah, it's still, the wind has changed again. It went from the northwest to the south and then back to the northwest. Now it's back to the south again, so hopefully that'll turn the fish on. This looks like a stirred up washing machine in here. It's a bit more swell, so hopefully it'll be attracting the fish.
Oh, here we go.
What do we got? A beautiful big whiting. Worth coming to this new beach. Look at that, that's a howler. They're quality fish. Woo! Happy about that. Well, there's my rod holder. Big log. One line in fairly close, so I'm going to cast this one a little bit further out, maybe 50-60 metres out, just beyond where the waves are breaking. We've got a worm on both lines at the moment. Just got a bite on this one. This is the one I cast well out, but it has washed in considerably in under that white water. It's got a bite on this line as well. Yes. Yes. Not much fight, they're just like a heavy weight. Well, not so much heavy, but another whiting, a bit smaller this time. I have to measure it, see if it's legal. 57 is legal. That one is about 26 3/4, so too small. We'll have to go back and grow. Well, I'm on. Heavy. A massive whiting or more likely a stingray. Here we go. stingray. Oh, a bit of weed and crap on the line. And the bait's still there but covered in weed. The fish really haven't come on the bite, but in the last half hour I've been hammered by march flies. In fact, I've killed 16 of them that have landed on me trying to suck my blood. But I don't know why they've all come at once. They've gone again now, and there was none prior to like half an hour, 3/4 of an hour ago. That's the nature of the beast, I guess. They come on the bite. Shame the fish didn't come on at the same time. Here we are several hours later, and the barometric pressure is 1005.5. It's been a very quiet morning. The wind shifted from a hot offshore breeze to a cooler onshore breeze from the south. Then it went round to the northeast, which was much cooler, but the fish did not want to cooperate. Barometer was fairly steady throughout the morning. Anyway, that's the way it goes sometimes. A good bait, but the fish just either weren't there or they weren't feeding. I think that they weren't there. Anyway, time to go have a bit of a kip, and I'll go out later on this afternoon. Okay, the dusk session. Let's see how this compares to the morning. Different beach. Certainly the swell's pumping in here. It's exposed a lot more to the swell, this beach, and certainly a lot more stirred up. Moonrise is not for a couple of hours. Tide's coming in. But it may be too stirred up, if that is possible. And here we go, I think. Bit of a bite there. It feels like a whiting. Yes, in the rough water. Fantastic. I think he's legal. Just. Oh yeah, nice whiting. I think probably about 28 centimetres. There's a fair bit of kelp that's washed up on the beach here. I'm just hoping that doesn't cause me too much trouble. If it does, I'll have to move to another beach, I think. Okay, let's get another worm in the water. That one was 29 centimetres. So 2 centimetres above legal. So I'm happy about that. Here we go. Feels like another whiting. And this is, of course, on worm. I'm using worms specifically. Yes. Oh, full of life. There we go. Another beautiful whiting. Swallowed the hook. I had quite a big whiting hook on, but he swallowed it. Oh, he spewed all over me. I would too if I got caught. There we go, 32 centimetres. Very good.
Well, the kelp moved in with the tide, and I couldn't have a line out for more than 10 or 20 seconds, and it was covered in kelp. So that was it for the day. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching. If you're interested in catching whiting and getting your own worm to bait, check out this video.